this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready, 70, Indy. Go. 5.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, will wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This series between the 49ers and the Bucs began back in 1977 in Tampa Bay's second year in the NFL. It's been a series that the 49ers have dominated, 17-7 overall, although Tampa has won the last 2 meetings. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to spin.
This is Mostert, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. With it is Brown. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Right there, 56. All day, baby, all day. Go bandit.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Back to throw here. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Levante David, the Bucs leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Recon, 152 fighter. Go. Here comes to me. It's me. Go.
2nd and 5. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Gator. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball? SOS. Protein spill. Secret.
They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now Brown. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Brady. Jones has it. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Brady. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when there are misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit.
Scratch your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
Caught by Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's caught. It's Coleman. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
That one goes for 24 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go. Check 43.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. Slam. Slow bandit. Tighten up. Check. Switch. Hey.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 61 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Tackle. On the ball. On shoot.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go. 30 base. Target.
They go play action here on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Here's Mostert, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
Hey, box truck. Snap.
They'll set up a throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to throw. This is Coleman with a grab. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey. 95's the Sands, no. Check, he's Mike. Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 1. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle as the first half is winding down as they are now on the board here in the first half. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's
going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
On the set. 45 to Mike. Watch the run.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go! Hey, 66. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, check it.
Now Brady. He completes it to Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Go! You go!
Mostert. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No. Check three. Pilot, 64, weak.
2nd and 2. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. 2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape.
Here we go, D.
Throwing now is Brady. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy.
This is Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scott Miller, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Got it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Ready. Check Mike 45. Here we go, D. Hey, Will.
Looking to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's got Evans. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Brady to throw again. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Back at the 34-yard line.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Check 3, check 3.
Now Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Wait, set 29. Alpha. 56. Danny. Check. 72. Bravo. 72.
On play action, it's Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. You draw corpus. Five. 54. Yeah. Get out.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will get them 1 closer.
49ers 17. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gold with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
49ers 24.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
That's another Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a first and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 56 of Michael.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on second and 5. Brady. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. Gets out of a little bit of trouble there with a shifty move. He'll take it up past the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Back to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at the 18. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 13-yard line.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll go again to Jones. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Break. X3. 218. Chop.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Tampa Bay, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.